Welcome back to Newsmakers with Mike Briggs, where we talk to people who are making the news, people who are running for office or making big changes in our lives. And I think that the election season finally ended last night when we settled the Georgia Senate race. Warnock won, I think is his name, but I didn't have to vote in that one. But where I do get to vote all the time is in the Clovis School District. My friend Betsy Sandoval was I've known Betsy Sandoval almost my whole life. She was a school board member in Clovis, and she retired. In Clovis schools, we had to pick who was going to replace her. And by the way, I went to the greatest high school of all time, which was Clovis High School. There was only one high school when I went. There was no Clovis East or Clovis North or things like that. And all my kids went to Clovis East. My entire family went through Clovis schools. So I have a lot of interest in what goes on there. And I think Clovis Unified School District is probably the greatest school district of all time. So whenever, I don't want to call her an old-timer, Betsy Sandoval, but whenever somebody's been there a long time leaves, we wonder, well, who's going to take over? We hope we get somebody with a lot of experience. And guess who ran? Deena Flores.
Yes.
You ran and you won. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
It's a big responsibility you've taken on. A big a tradition. Clovis Schools has a real tradition.
Yes, they do.
Now, you're a teacher. I always say teachers should be on the school board because they really are the ones who know and understand this stuff.
I'm actually the first teacher, from what I understand, to be elected to the school board.
To ever be on the Clovis School Board.
Yeah, an actually actively working teacher.
Well, I'm glad you are there. Now, you don't teach in Clovis. You've never taught in Clovis, but you have a connection to Clovis schools. Tell us about that.
So I actually did my student teaching.
Oh, you did teach there.
I did my student teaching in the fall of 2006 at Clovis East High School. But the whole time since I've moved to the Valley in 2006, I have had my children in Clovis Unified the whole time I've been here. My three oldest graduated from Clovis East High School, and my youngest graduated this year from Clovis High. And I'm also now raising my niece/daughter. She calls me mom now.
Okay.
And she's a junior at Clovis High right now.
Clovis High, good, which I keep calling the greatest high school of all time. I don't need to put down the others. There was only one high school when I went there. I graduated in 1977. You probably weren't even born yet. But,
I was. I was 10 years old.
All right. Now, you're not sworn in yet, right?
No. I will be sworn in, they told me, via FaceTime or Zoom, maybe by tomorrow. They're just waiting for the county to certify the election tomorrow.
Now, yeah, they have to do that, but it's a
formality.
You got all the votes, a lot of the votes.
62%.
I know you had an opponent.
I was surprised.
So what happens now? It's more than just attending these board meetings once a week, right? Is it once a week, or how often do they meet?
They meet twice a month.
Twice a month.
But then we also, and again, I'm new to this, so don't quote me because I'm still learning. I actually meet with the superintendent after our show today, so I get oriented to what my responsibilities will be. But we do have various workshops, like we'll be doing our annual budget workshop this week, and we do attend conferences. But it's right up my alley. I'm already in education, so I'm just going to continue what I'm doing and staying up with what's current in education.
Right. Now, can we tell people where you teach now?
Yeah, that's fine.
You're an open book.
Yeah, it's fine. I work for Violet Hines Educational Academy. It's a court school. My employer is the Fresno County Superintendent of Schools. Right,
and we're going to get a new county superintendent coming up here too, because things keep changing. Now, where else have you taught? What kinds of elementary, high school, junior high?
My whole career has been secondary, middle school, and high school, mostly middle school. My current students range from 7th grade to 12th grade. I've kind of taught all over the Valley. I teach mathematics. I have an administrator's credential, so I hope to get into administration in the near future. But primarily I've taught mathematics. I also have a social science credential, but math has always needed more, so I teach math.
Yeah. Now, I'm glad you're on the school board, by the way, but I'm also glad to hear you're going to stay in education, kind of see it from the teacher side or the administration side. And you, like you said, you're the only one who's been elected to the Clovis School Board that has that kind of background.
Correct.
So I think that you'll be a very, very important part of this. Now, were you elected by district in the school board?
I was elected at large,
At large.
which means anyone who resides within the Clovis Unified School District area could vote for me, although you have to reside in the area that you're running for.
Okay, so you have to live in an area, but the whole district can vote for you. Now,
Correct.
Interesting is that you're going to adopt a budget. That's a big deal. I think Clovis Schools' budget is bigger than the whole City of Fresno budget. It's a giant budget, and it's a lot of responsibility.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to it. Tiffany Stokes Matson, who's the current board president, reached out to me yesterday and to congratulate me, and then also Dr. Fogg reached out to me last night and expressed their enjoyment of being on the board and how they have a good time. They enjoy being on the board, and he's looking forward to mentoring me, and I've become close with Clint Olivier, and he's excited to be on the board.
He got
himself.
elected too? Yeah.
He did, to Area 1, and we're just all excited, new blood on the board, and I mean, it's scary and exciting at the same time, but we're busy and we're organized, and I think we'll do a good job.
It's going to be a lot of work. Now, did you have any, your campaign, did you do door-to-door work? I mean, you got a lot of the votes, so.
I did. You know what? I didn't realize, I guess, how ingrained I was in the community until the vote came through. Like I said, I've been in the school district since I moved here, and I go to church in Clovis, and my kids have been in Clovis Unified, and so I didn't realize, even my doctor messaged me the couple days before the election. He says, "Are you on the ballot?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he said, "Okay, I'm going to send out a message to all my friends."
Wow.
And so it was more just through the connections, and then I was very fortunate to have the endorsement of the Fresno County Republican Party, and they sent out a mass text message for both me and Clint, because we were endorsed by them, and that really helped a lot because I didn't have a lot of money as a school teacher to put into a campaign.
Now, you got elected. You're going to start, is it in January?
No, I start this Friday.
This Friday, you're a
Yes,
board member.
I meet with Dr. O'Brien after we leave here today, and to get an orientation, and then get sworn in probably tomorrow, and then we'll have a ceremonial swearing in on Friday at 12:30 p.m. at the Professional Development Building Boardroom on Friday if anybody wants to attend.
Well, here's a thought. You got elected. You got a lot of votes. You didn't spend $1 million campaigning. A lot of parents have a kid in high school, say, for 4 years. But you've had kids in Clovis high schools for how many years?
Almost 17 now.
17 years. So you know a lot of people. You bumped into a lot of parents, interacted, traded carpools or homework, or had kids over. I mean, your name got out there somehow.
Yes,
So.
and I guess I'm actually very humbled. I didn't realize, I guess, how much I had a connection out there, and I'm honored and humbled to be doing this.
Well, I'm glad you're there, and congratulations. And you're a good fit for Clovis and for Clovis schools. But what I want to know, I'm not going to put you on the spot now, but kind of come back and just give us some of the details of the approaches to the board and philosophies and how they're going to spend the money and how they're going to keep Clovis schools great. By the way, it's not Clovis, it's Fresno and Clovis. I think half the students live in Fresno.
Yes.
And half the students live in Clovis.
In fact, my area, Area 6, the majority of the area is a Fresno zip code. There's very, very small portion that is a Clovis zip code.
93727, right? Fresno?
Yes, and then there's a small part of 93612.
Yeah. When my kids went to Clovis East, we were in 93727. Our address was Fresno, but it was
Yeah.
Clovis Schools. So, but we love Clovis. Clovis Schools, a tradition. I saw Clovis North in the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yes.
And we hope we continue to have opportunities like that. And what I want to say is that I was so grateful to Clovis Schools because they set the expectations. They would always talk about the percentage of kids going on to college. And all my kids went on to college. And it's easy to not have that expectation. And Clovis has that, and I appreciate that very much.
Yes,
So.
and likewise, all 4 of my kids that have graduated have gone on to college. Also, I have 2 college graduates, 2 in the military, 2 almost graduates from college, and one still a junior. So
You have
yep.
two in the military?
I have 2 in the military,
goodness.
yes, and a son-in-law in the military also, so technically
boy.
3.
What a great family that representing us on the Clovis School Board. You got to go to a meeting. I have to go to my next interview. One last thought. Anything else you want to throw out there?
No, just thank you for having me again. Like I said, I'm just honored to be doing this, and I hope I serve the community of Clovis well.
Very good. I'm going to somehow sign off here. I'm doing all the clicking and stuff, running the show today. All of our crew is off at college because they're Clovis graduates. So that's what happens. We'll be back with more Newsmakers, Cinder Valley Talk right after this.